What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? We back. I hope you enjoyed part one of episode 206, the conversation with the Palmer Collection and Shiznit Kitchen. We got part two coming to you live right now. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views, they are amazing.
Well, you guys gave me a segue to the next thing, right? So people find hobbies, right? And this is more so of a passion. And Jason, I'm mad at you because you didn't give me any credit for the early cooking. We passed the statute of limitations, so we so much wanted to cook and didn't have the right utensils that we would go find the right utensils so that we could cook.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Those of you that are going to read between
we're
the lines.
Not going to incriminate. We're not incriminating.
That's your limitations.
We're doing. That is not what we're doing.
Nobody would even believe.
I had to take a sip on that one. Wait a minute.
Nobody would even believe that
that's what we're not doing.
Where this was going on. So it's fine.
I gave you your props with the steak seasoning there. Come on.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to,
Yeah.
What we gonna eat?
I'm not incriminating myself, but go ahead.
I know. We weren't gonna do that. But what I really want to know is, do you all find cooking to be therapeutic in any type of way for you?
100%. And yes. When I first started, and I got the LLC, and everybody says, hey man, you need to be out there, you need to be doing this, you need to make money from doing this. And I did it, listening to everybody. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to do that. And again, that first event, my first big event, I'll call it, actually as a company, was a Bangs Memorial. But I did 3 more events after that. And you know what? It turned to work. And I do have a 9-to-5. We're not going to mention that right now. But, when you're dealing with a career, when you actually have a career and you're dealing with that, the trials and tribulations of that, progressing, getting better, moving on, doing great things, and then you have this on the backside. Yes, it is 100% therapeutic. It is what I do to relax. It is what I do when I have a rough day. I just get in the kitchen. Again, going through the pandemic, that by itself, I'm literally going to these different stores, not going to name them because we don't have copyrights for that, but going to these different stores and going into my kitchen and putting these blends together. And that was, my kids are looking at me, my wife's looking at me, so forth and so on. Everybody was like, oh, what is dad doing? Like, is he going to make the chicken or not? So, I'm doing all of that, putting it on chicken, taste that. Oh, well, dad, that's good. Or, oh, not so much. But yes, it is 100% therapeutic. It will relax you. It will focus you. It will get yourself together for the next day. And then not to mention when it's actually good. There are times when, okay, it's not so much. But when it's actually amazing, oh my goodness, 100% therapeutic.
Nice. So Dre, you said absolutely. Talk to us about it.
I definitely agree with Jason. Most of it, I won't say it's relaxing. I don't know. I guess because I'm coming from 10 years of doing 16-hour days and whatnot. Like, it's tiring because I gotta feed a bunch of people. But it is therapeutic. I tell people that all the time. That's even the main reason why I actually went to culinary school. Because after I left Chicago, I was super depressed. I went from paying my own bills, rent, giving my mom's money, to where I'm flat broke again. And I don't know if it was an ego thing or what, but I just couldn't handle that. So at the time, I moved back home to mom's, and my grandfather's living with us. My mom worked overnight, so I took care of all the meals. I wasn't working. And I realized every time I was cooking, I wasn't depressed. I didn't feel any sadness. I didn't feel any anger. I didn't feel any negativity. You know, cooking is one, I guess I don't want to say I'm a control freak, but I like to be in control. You know, and cooking is the one thing that gives me full control. If I want this much salt, I could put this much salt. You know, if I want to taste this way, I could make it to taste this way. You know, and that was what brought me into the whole culinary world. It was such the fact that I have control. For however long it takes me to make this dish, I'm in control. No one's telling me what to do. No one's directing me. I know what to do and I'm doing it. You know, so even if I'm in a bad mood, when I do come home and I cook, I feed my family, and I'm getting my 3-year-old daughter going, Daddy, this is good. You know, it's also instant gratification. Like, I love instant gratification, and cooking gives that to me. You know, if I'm making something for my guys, and we're all hanging out, chilling, and I give you guys food, like, damn, Dre, it's good. It's good as hell. I feel good. I feel good that I was able to create something that make my guys, my people who I love, happy. You know, so that's therapy within itself.
Yeah.
Just to know that I'm able to offer something to someone else that they enjoy.
I mean, you guys may not even know this, but I mean, behind the scenes, Dre and I talk all the time. Where it's just like, hey man, I have this. What do you think? Or hey, here's a recipe. Try this out. See what it looks like on your end. So I mean, even just that aspect is just like, hey, you know what? That conversation makes me feel good at night. You know what I'm saying? Even when he tells me, hey man, no. That's that recipe had way too much honey and not enough this. And it's like, okay, let me go back and let me rethink that. And okay, well, there it is. So I mean, I talk all the time. So I mean, just that aspect of it, man, I promise you, it does. But I think where Dre is coming from, it's hard to be therapeutic for him because you're cooking 9 to 5, and then you come home to cook. Like, I'm not cooking 9 to 5. Like when I was doing the whole events and stuff like that, yeah, I didn't like it. It really wore me out, like because I had my 9 to 5, so I had to schedule these events on my quote unquote day off from my 9 to 5. But now, like everybody has said, yeah, okay, now I gotta season 24 hours in advance, and then now I got this event, and then I got to be to work the next day because there's only one day for this one event. And yeah, no, that's when it became work for me, and that's when I kind of stepped back and said, you know what? Let me make your kitchen the Shiznit, you know, and that's really where that hashtag came from. Yeah, everything on the menu is the Shiznit. That's where we first started, but now we're making your kitchen the Shiznit.
Yeah.
And I want to, okay, before we segment off, I think we've gotten a bunch of good knowledge and good information about where we've been, how the struggle to get where we got into, the ability to find the joy in cooking, and what it feels like when you deliver that amazing meal to whomever is partaking in the process. Both of you, and you can make this as short as possible for yourselves, but both of you had to go through distribution. Going through distribution in a liquid form and in a powder or spice or ground form. Dry form. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you can't do this in this amount of time. I'm going to challenge you to do this in 2 minutes. Tell me the biggest struggle you had going through that process.
The recipe. 100%. When you're doing it in your kitchen versus mass quantity, and 100%, this is why I don't have sauces, because that is completely different. It's going to take him longer than 2 minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up. The recipe. It's very simple. You do 1 pound of this versus a cup of that. So turning it from a cup to a weight, that is the hardest part about doing the dry. Dre, take it over because I know that's going to take. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's actually very similar to the dry. Yes, because we had to take all our wet, everything that we did that was in volume and turn it into weight. So when I first started making the sauce, maybe a quart, half gallon, if that. I don't think a half gallon was even. I don't think it was even a half gallon. So I had to take my original recipe, which was like teaspoon of this, tablespoon of that, and, eighth of a teaspoon, and turn that all into grams. Not only had to turn into grams, I had to turn my recipe that was maybe 5-6 cups into a gallon.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much taken. It was kind of like starting over from scratch.
Yeah. And I asked that question because that can be turned into general life things that you're starting off with a general plan, but in order to scale, you have to see it from a different view. You can't grow using that same method to grow in life. You have to adjust that to scale to move forward. So I'll now swing it over to Kay or Brett, but I went to that information is super important as we swing forward to I think we're going into some wonderful time now, some good recipes and holiday stuff. So I'll throw it over to the boss man.
Yeah. We're getting into the holiday season now, man. And I know, I would assume that you, Dre, and Jason, y'all gonna assume your positions in the kitchen in some sort of fashion.
Love Thanksgiving.
Hold on. Let's drop it real quick. This section of the podcast is brought to you by the Palmer Collection.
You got to run it back one more time.
Also, co-sponsored by the Shiznitkitchen. The Shizn.
Nice.
Proceed.
Description below. All the information will be below in the description. Check it out. Click on the links. They're all there. Supplies are in full stock, including Turkish.
There it is. Dre, what you got?
So let me make it easy for you guys, man. You guys don't got to drop recipes, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously, look, we charge people for that.
much.
But
No, I'm going to drop one.
Okay.
I'm going to drop one because we talked about it last year and I didn't do it. But this year, I'm going to dedicate a whole bottle of sunshine to the turkey for a brine.
Yes.
So I'm going to dedicate the entire bottle is going to be into the brine for the turkey. Unfortunately, I don't have a grill. I have to rely on my father-in-law's grill, but I'm going to brine that turkey in sunshine, an entire bottle with salt. So
I got questions, but we'll handle that after the podcast. I don't know how you don't even worry about it. Dre, we don't got to get a recipe for you, man, but I do want to know y'all favorite dishes from both of you, holiday time favorite dish.
Oh.
And then following up that, lump it all together. What are the biggest do's and don'ts for those of us that are going to be getting into the kitchen, trying to stretch our culinary, muscles this holiday season?
All right. Well, my favorite things to make and eat during the holidays. I'm Jamaican, oxtail. I have to have oxtail on the table. If you don't have oxtail on the table, that's a big problem. I'm sorry, you have to have oxtail. Oxtail have to be accompanied with some rice and peas. But the potato salad that I spoke about earlier, that comes out Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July.
I'm still in that. I promise you, I'm still in that.
And maybe if a old family member come from out of town to come visit, and those guys show out, yeah. But that's my two favorite things to have that's always on my table over the holidays, always.
So I got a quick question about the potato salad. Mayonnaise?
Come on with the white sauce. Come on with the white sauce.
All right.
You can't put mustard with the seafood though. Go ahead, Joe. You got it. You the expert here.
I know you're not a mayonnaise fan, but yes, I do use mayonnaise.
Fan, like I mean,
No,
No, like
that is a no.
No.
That is
I
a
was
no.
being
That's
subtle.
an
I was being
understatement.
subtle.
That is a no.
Like I know you despise mayonnaise. I know that.
Just say white sauce.
I was not going to say that.
No
But you
white
don't taste
sauce.
it. It's my
White
potato
sauce.
salad is not creamy. You know, you got some creamy potato salad. It's hella creamy. No.
it doesn't matter,
No,
man. As
is it
long as
no-
you got, I don't care if you opened up the mayonnaise jar and just like pass by it real quick. Just that breeze of it.
Sprinkle a little mayonnaise.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with little Hellman's. There's nothing wrong.
yeah, you going to hell, man. There you go.
Oh my God. This is too much for me.
Hey,
Too much.
okay. So look, challenge. Can
All
you
right.
get a vinegar-based potato salad? Same ingredients, but vinegar-based.
Okay.
You could just think about it. I don't need that now. You could just think about it.
Oh, you want me to send it to you?
Yeah,
Because I'm already running through my head.
Just make it for him when you get there.
yeah. Just make
it
it
for him when we get there.
I want to help you feel happy. You know, when you said you feel happy when you make stuff for your boys. Yeah. There you go.
I got you.
We're gonna film another podcast from the kitchen.
Right.
Let's
Exactly.
do
But
that.
also, if you don't want to use mayonnaise, you can use
Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt. Yes,
Greek
sir.
yogurt. And
So
it
you'll do the
actually
Greek yogurt,
it would work
but
out good with seafood because yogurt has a little tang behind it, which balances out with the sweetness of the seafood, of the shrimp and the lobster. Addition with all the additional ingredients, it'll definitely work.
Okay.
So
Like
you
it
good
more.
with the yogurt? You just not good with the mayonnaise. You good with the white yogurt? Just not.
I could do the Greek yogurt.
Okay, it's actually healthier
All
too.
right. Okay, cool. So Dre, we know Carol's don't for the kitchen. No mayo, no white sauce.
No mayo, yeah, I know that for a while now.
But what are your do's and don'ts when you're in the kitchen, man, this holiday season?
All right, do's and don'ts. Don't wait till day off to start working on your dishes. All right. If you have to listen, Thanksgiving's on the 25th this year? 25th? I don't remember anymore.
I think so.
It's on a Thursday. It's always on a Thursday.
On the Thursday. All right. So if you want to be
Exactly.
successful, all right, if it's your first time you want to do one thing, start the day before. Get all your prep in. If you got to chop this up and dice that up, do all that stuff the day before, put in the Tupperware or Ziploc bag and put it in the cooler. All right. Day off, you pull everything out, assemble, oven, stove top, whatever you're going to do. You just makes the day a lot easier because the last thing you want to do is waking up, crack of dawn, and start cooking. Like for Thanksgiving, I don't start cooking until noon. I'm chilling.
How many ovens you
wake
got
up,
in there?
I eat a little breakfast. I make some breakfast for the fam, and at 12 o'clock, I start.
How many ovens you working with though? One oven starting at noon. That's good.
Yeah, but here's a question though, Dre.
Mhm.
Is everything prepped already?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
everything's prepped.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Like I'll go as far as, all right, Thanksgiving's on Thursday. I'll start marinating my chicken on Monday. My chicken's already marinating, sitting in the fridge from Monday. I don't got to worry about that. The only thing I do is pull it out, let it sit 45 minutes on the counter, get to room temperature in the oven. The ham. Ham.
Yeah.
That's
We need to hurry up and get to Jay.
I gave my wife has the duty of making ham, but I'll step over and help her out.
Now we're talking.
These assistants, potatoes are already chopped up. Everything that goes in a potato salad is already diced up, put to the side, all stacked on top of each other. So when I pull everything out, the bowl and everything, potato salad.
So what I'm hearing is that grandma's way of doing things the day of where you're popping the peas and doing everything. That night before, you're just up until midnight, just popping and packing. That's what we shouldn't do.
No, you shouldn't do that because
unless you want to have quality time with the grandma.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
You're not gonna be able to spend any time with your family because you're gonna be in the kitchen the whole day. Not only gonna be in the kitchen the whole day, you're gonna be grumpy as hell.
Because you're gonna be tired.
Exactly.
I'm gonna throw it out there.
By the time you actually get to
preparation promotes piss poor performance. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna go the whole 12 P's, but I'm just gonna say piss poor preparation promotes.
Like in culinary school, we learn mise en place. Mise en place is the backbone to your success, which is make sure you're prepared. If you're not prepared, you will not succeed. It's much easier to have dinner at 6 when you're fully prepared compared to have dinner at 9, 10 o'clock.
You just walk out.
And I've spent many years when the OGs made Thanksgiving dinner, and we're not eating until about 8, 9 o'clock.
That's the worst thing ever. Going to someone's house.
That's football time.
Right? Don't invite me to your house. Don't have me come to your house at 4 o'clock to eat, and you're like, I'm still cooking. I'm leaving. Because that means I got another 2 hours before it's ready. We're good.
Right. So start early, be on your P's. Be on your P's, ladies and gentlemen. Start early, be on your P's.
And that's the don'ts. For do's, enjoy the day. Enjoy the day, man. It's Thanksgiving. Let's be thankful, or Christmas, whichever holiday you want to do. Enjoy the day. Don't let the fact that you're preparing food just dominate your whole day. That's why it's important to prep, so you can have that couple hours. I'm gonna watch a cartoon with my kids, or I'm gonna watch a movie, or I'm gonna have a drink, or whatever. Enjoy the day. All right. Yeah, you're gonna shut yourself off for a few hours, but then you're able to come back, not tired and feel defeated. That's from my own personal experience, because I've been on both sides of things.
I know that's right.
Not being prepared, and everyone's looking at you like, come on, man, you hungry. How much longer? Man? Give me like 30 minutes. Actually, he's like, 30 minutes, man. Everything we do in 30 minutes.
Just keep drinking.
Yeah, get a beer.
Dinosaur beef ribs, they'll get you every time.
That's right.
Jason, what you got, man?
So best recipes. I'm sorry, Kay. Man, it is what it is. But
no, it's cool, man. You could drop a recipe. We good.
It ain't even mine, man. My mama's stuffed ham. Oh my God. Hands down. I only did it once and it came out okay, but not like hers. But man, that stuffed ham. And then now my own tradition is my smoked turkey. And I love the bros, man. They come through and tear it up, man. Like that is now my new staple, like for real. And then, dating back, whatever. My mama green beans and blah blah blah, whatever. But yeah, that stuffed ham and then that smoked turkey with the homemade stuffing, like when you start from a loaf of bread and do your thing, staple.
Nice.
The dues, like he said, man. I do a 48, so yeah, that first 48 is serious. Like you can't ain't no sprinkle and cook. No, we can't do that. That ain't what we're doing over here. Another thing, have layers, man. I mean, I'm looking at everybody on this screen. Everybody done been to 6121 that had a sausage before the chicken was ready. So layers. Hey man, let's get some hors d'oeuvres out there. Let's get that first round of food to where people not mad, saying, "Hey man, when the food gonna be done?" All right, we're going to have this. I made this over here, and yeah, go ahead and take that. Yeah, the turkey's still doing what it's doing, and this is still doing what it's doing. Food gonna be done by 5, but go ahead and get this to eat right now. Get a little deviled egg or something, whatever. Sprinkle a little something on there.
What hors d'oeuvres do you have, yeah?
Well, I always start with for the kids, the hot dogs, the sausage sandwiches, and all of that kind of stuff. But then it turns into the crab cake, the conch fritter, the conch salad. I mean, you know, my wife is from across that water too. So, man, we always have some type of seafood jump off before anything even takes off. That's why when you say that seafood potato salad, oh, that's stolen. It's done.
I know. Just make sure you send me a picture.
Don't worry, you're gonna be here. I want you here to make sure I don't mess it up. For real.
Well, I definitely agree with you on, you know, make sure you have different courses, you know. I haven't done it in a while, but I know before we moved, I used to do my spring rolls. That's like jerk chicken spring rolls.
I remember
jerk
that.
Shrimp spring rolls.
I remember that.
Yeah. So those are my two things that I used to always bring or have for Thanksgiving. At least 2 dozen of each. You know, people sit down and pop a couple of those, have their little drink, like, I'm good. Just hold me over for another half hour, you know, and definitely gave me and my mom time to finish up in the kitchen, because at one point in time, before I started working in the hotels, because once I started working in the hotels by Thanksgiving, I wasn't coming home until 11:30 at night, sometimes midnight. You know, so yeah, I haven't had like it wasn't until I left that job and started teaching. Never had a Thanksgiving at home. My Thanksgiving was always at work. 10 years.
It's a big deal.
So you guys just, you know, and ladies and gentlemen, you know, I'll tell you now, I've pretty much taken down most of my food off of my social media just because I want to just brand it as something totally different. And when you have friends like this, you don't put your cooking stuff out because you don't cook at the level that they do.
Not at all.
But I consult these guys before I do any feature thing for cooking. So I've already consulted them this year for what I'm doing with the turkey. And actually it's their recommendations. And I'll give you guys a secret. There's one ingredient that Dre is always going to tell you whenever you reach out to Dre for something. At the end, he's going to give you a list, and then he's going to tell you, oh,
allspice
and a little bit of allspice.
Always that allspice.
That allspice is on the end of everything. But you guys just
time. Don't forget time.
And time, yeah, but time comes earlier.
But time is earlier. It's always earlier.
The allspice is always last. Yes, always last.
Yes. And it's in Sugar Kiss. That's one of my okay, I had to put some allspice in there.
There you go.
You guys gave me an idea, right? So in the last couple years, Wendy has started doing, and it's usually the day after Thanksgiving, and it's called a Taste of Thanksgiving. And it's basically you take some of the turkey, you shred it up, you put it in a little like a little baking pan, you know, with the little cups, and you put stuffing, turkey, some thyme, and a little, I think it's brie cheese, I want to say, or giri, one of those. And that's it. It's just a taste of Thanksgiving. Oh, and cranberry sauce. Look at BJ's face. Look at BJ's face. BJ's like, what? Wait, what?
I can dig that.
And a little bit of cranberry sauce on it, and it's just like a little taste for people. Boop.
So you put it in like a
little souffle.
Yeah, like a muffin. Yeah.
Stolen. There it is.
You got two.
Stolen.
We've done, like, I know I've done this personally for myself when I was at the hotel, because we used to do Thanksgiving dinners for all the guests. Have a bunch of like stuffing left over, like 3, 4, 5, 6 pans stuffing. So I also call it feed the people. I'll feed my staff, not my staff, but my coworkers. And I would take the stuffing, soften up that little stock, soften it up, put it in a waffle iron, make it into a waffle.
The hell? Oh,
heat up
Man, I am so glad we did
this
show.
Stop it.
Take the turkey, slice it up, turkey breast. If it's dark meat, shred it up, whatever. Take the cranberry sauce, turn it into like it's no longer gelatinous. So it's actually like heat it up, liquefy it, you pour it on top.
Wow.
And then you have yourself a little like a Thanksgiving breakfast.
Just stop it, man. Just
Wow.
stop it.
Hey,
Just
thank
stop
you
it.
for that. And
Just
ladies and gentlemen,
stop it.
you are welcome.
Time to sign off, folks.
sounds
My
amazing.
brain can't handle no more.
Like my mouth is watering right now off of that. Man, I'm stealing
Wow.
everything.
I would have never a waffle iron and then turn the cranberry to so not into liquid.
It was like a stuffing waffle. Top
Hold up,
turkey.
let me take another note.
And
Let me
then
take another note now.
You pour some cranberry sauce on
Man,
top.
you just pour all of that into the waffle iron and heat it up. There
Or
it
you
is.
could just mush it all together and put it in the waffle
There it
iron.
is.
So you have
Nah, because
everything
I got to
put together.
clean the waffle iron.
Yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
job.
That's
That's
your
your,
mess.
that's your
But
job.
there's no. The good thing about it, there's no spillover. You know,
You
you
need-
pour a waffle, it
Coach
spills
K.
out. There,
Coach K, you
nothing
need some
spills out in
grown
this one.
kids. Once the kids get older, they can clean the waffle iron. Right now, it's your job. There it is.
Wow. Wow.
But that sounds amazing, dude. I'm promise you, I'm
Hey,
stealing.
anybody who didn't listen to the end of this podcast, your life is never gonna be changed because you didn't catch these tidbits at the end.
I
Right.
promise you, there it is.
Right. Oh man. And look, I don't eat ham anymore, but I'm imagining people eating that with ham.
Don't you worry, little buddy.
Maybe
We're gonna have another podcast after Thanksgiving, and let's go ahead.
We
and
never did turkey. Like turkey was never a thing in my household. It was always like just do a whole chicken. You know. Thanksgiving, I'm a little gluttonous during Thanksgiving, so I'll probably polish up a whole half a chicken by myself. So
you
we
need
do
Thanksgiving
two.
for that. I mean, I guess
Huh?
I don't do that regularly anymore.
Well, you know, back when I was in
destroy a half chicken by
my
myself all the
weightlifting
time.
days, yeah, half a chicken was a regular meal. But you know, nowadays I don't burn that much energy anymore.
That's called age and metabolism slow down.
Wow. Wow.
You know, so yeah, we do like jerk chicken, jerk whole chickens. And yeah, so for those who like stuffing, but like jerk turkey or whatever, that'll actually go very well with a little grubber on top. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen,
plug.
man.
Good plug.
So all this talk, can we put in reservations and days off for next football season's tailgate? That's what I want to know, because my gosh.
Yeah,
y'all two together, man.
You got the Smoke King over there.
Yeah,
we in.
You got a smoke in the seasoning king. I'll bring the sauce.
Shout out to Brownsville Grills that is making my grill for shiznitkitchen in Miami Gardens. You know what I'm saying? He's making my grill right now, 120 gallon smoker. Yeah, once it's done, man, we are all in, and I'm
on the
there.
road.
I'm with it.
On the road.
Brownsville, that's where Miss Mabel was born at. Brownsville Grill, shout out.
Actually, yes, there it is.
Yeah,
Nice.
gentlemen. Hey, as we wind down this thing, man, I want to thank you both for taking the time to, come here and share that knowledge and wisdom with us here on the 13th floor. I think it was amazing. I definitely learned a lot, and I got a lot to look forward to. We typically have what we call Art's Corner on the 13th floor. But Art, if you don't mind, I want to give Dre and Jason, the floor the opportunity, because I think one of the questions that we had on that it probably got in there, answered in there within everything. But what is the biggest lesson that you have learned that you can pass on to the listener to kind of close us out? And then make sure you give us, all your social medias, your handles, how we can get in contact, where we can get the orders in, because I'm definitely going to get my guava brava. Jason, I'm fully stocked on the shiznit. I put that shit on everything. I actually retired my crack chicken for the shiznit seasoning. You know what I'm saying? I bring it out on occasion, on occasion. It's hard to find the right mojo up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get the Badia mojo up here. I need the Goya mojo that I can only get down in Florida. So, and then it's a tedious process. The shiznit, I can do a couple of things, put it in the refrigerator, like you said, a couple hours or 24.
I got it.
And I'm good to go.
Hey man,
but
I just
yeah,
want you to know where'd you learn that moho?
Not from me.
Oh, you
Not
didn't?
from
hey
me.
man,
Not
hey
from me.
man, that's a
That was
That was their
homegrown
own thing.
Q6 recipe. The
That was
best
not
chicken in
from
the
me.
frat
okay.
for
That was
several years. So yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
owning that.
Maybe
I know where I learned that joint at. We had that
Omicron
conversation
Delta might
before.
owe me some royalties then or something.
nope.
No,
That
brother.
wasn't from me.
Get
That
that.
was
No,
not
brother.
from me. I know,
We
Kay,
definitely
I know
put
where
that
you're
would be-
going. That was not from me.
We had that conversation, Kay. That was my indoctrination to the fold.
No, but getting back, but yeah, man, I want y'all to leave us with the biggest lesson you learned in your cooking journey. Leave that with the listeners, and again, drop wherever we can pick up all your items. We can follow you, stay connected with you. So, Dre, go ahead and get you in, and Jason, we're gonna have you round us out.
All right. The biggest lesson I learned from cooking: patience. Patience. Still, it's a lesson I'm still learning. This is why I don't bake, because baking is a very tedious, slow. You gotta have patience to bake, and I like to keep on moving. Coming from being a banquet chef, I'm accustomed to making 2-3 things all at the same time. But definitely patience, and if it doesn't work out, don't get too upset. Always know that you're able to go back to the drawing board and start over. That's probably one of the biggest things I've learned, just how to be patient with myself and food. You can't rush it. You can't rush, I don't want to say perfection, but you can't rush greatness. All right. It has to take its time. It has to do its thing. All right. You can't put it to a boil. You gotta let it simmer. All right. You can't crank it up to make it cook faster. It needs to be at a specific temperature to get that perfect taste. And so it took me a while. I burnt a lot of food, a lot to learn that, because I was always trying to take something that takes 45 minutes and make it in 30. And you can't rush it, and that was, that's kind of one thing I had to take with my business, with my sauce. Like, yeah, I wanted this to drop 5 years ago, but situations just didn't allow me to do it. I had to be patient. And, now I'm able to be fully manufactured and be able to be store ready. And, that all came with patience, because many times I wanted to give up and I say, screw it. But I know what I have. I know what my guys tell me what I have. If they telling me that it's too damn good, I gotta listen to them. And just be patient. Like, it will happen soon.
Got you. And where can all of our listeners get to you again, man?
Yeah, so for the holidays, you definitely need some guava broth. If you're making turkey, you need guava broth. You're making chicken, you need guava broth. You're making fish, you need guava broth. You have vegetables on the table, you need guava broth.
Absolutely.
Overall, I'm telling you, highly versatile. You need it. You take something that's great and you make it extraordinary just by just putting 2 ounces of guava broth on. All right. You could place your orders through www.palmerworldwide.com, or you can always drop me a DM on Instagram, Palmer Collection LLC, or even on Facebook, the Sauce Boss, PHE Sauce Boss.
There it is. 9-6 coming you to round us out, and then I'm gonna give us some plugs, and Coach K gonna take us home.
Yeah, man. My biggest thing is, I'll be honest with you, man. I mean, I've always been selfish about it. Make what you like first. If you liked it, you tasted it, make it again. Make other people like it. Other people will like it. Not everybody's going to like it. You can't please everybody. But man, if it's something that you enjoy, make it. I mean, that's been my biggest thing. I mean, through the years, it's been, that was amazing. Let me remake it. So there it is. I mean, it's a selfish kind of thing to say, but honestly, it's the truth. It is what it is. You're not going to please everybody. You know, you have to, if you can't taste your own food, how do you know how it tastes? So make what you like first. You can reach me all social media at shiznitkitchen. You can also visit the website shiznitkitchen.com. We are available for any and everything that you need. Everything on the menu is the Shiznit.
There it
And
is, ladies and gentlemen.
just for the sake of spelling, that is SHIZNIT, kitchen.
Yep,
Yes,
spell
sir.
it like it sounds. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at 13th Floor. Please hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. If you're watching us, make sure you like us on Facebook. If you're listening to us there, we got SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, everywhere podcasts are played. You can find the 13th Floor. Leave us a comment, leave us a review, let us know we're doing well, and just check us out, stay connected with us. Coach K,
You,
go ahead and take us home, brother.
you want me to make sense of all of that and sum it all up? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
That's what you do.
once again, we want to thank Jason from the Shizn Kitchen, my best friend. You know, we want to thank him for coming on and sharing. And then also my brother, Dre, we want to share him. We want to thank him for coming in and sharing, you know, what is the legacy of Palmer Collection. And they shared two tremendous lessons at the end, but they don't realize they've been sharing lessons throughout the whole podcast, lessons that are applicable. Like we were talking about food and cooking, but it's actually things that are applicable to your life. Most importantly is probably, look, your gift has to fit your personality, right? And in all their products, because I know them, I feel their personality in their products, right? So when Dre says he wants to be in control and patience, when you taste Guava Brava, right? Guava Brava is in control of your taste buds. I guarantee you that. And it is a slow hit on the palate and it comes through. And when it finally hits you, you're just like, oh my gosh, right? When we say the Shiznit, everything that I have known this man since 1994, everything that I have known him to commit himself and do ends up being the Shiznit, right? And that is through work. Look, my 9 to 5, I wouldn't be at my 9 to 5 if it wasn't for him, right? He opened up the door for me. And everything that he has done, whether it be the frat, which, you know, I'm not part of the frat, but they have a saying for his line that 96 saved a frat. And that was because that man in his line, brother, he made sure that he was going to make that presence felt. As a friend, he makes sure when it's clutch time, it's clutch time. We're going, right? Don't break the glass unless you're really ready to go, right? When you get the seasonings, you're going to understand everything you put it on is the Shiznit, right? It morphs, right? You could get a bad cut of meat, but you put the Shiznit on there and all of a sudden it's the Shiznit. Now, not spoiled meat. I want to be, I want to give that disclaimer. You can't save spoiled meat, but I really want to share some of the other thoughts, right? And that was scale. You heard both of them talk about scale, about the ability to go big and realize that, wait, I'm not ready for that. Or moving fast and realizing, no, this is too fast. Let me slow it down, right? And some of you are out there in your life, you have something that you want to do, and you're either trying to go too big, too fast, or you're trying to go too fast, if that makes sense, right? Who do you know? You saw that the two of them leverage each other and friends to figure out how to put what they have out into the world. Dre jumped in first and was able to clear some things and help Jason expedite Shiznit as far as, hey man, how do I go get this labeling and this manufacturing, right? There was shared resources, and some of us get so selfish that we don't want the next person to experience that type of success. So nah, man, go look it up. I had nobody help me. Go look it up. But when you have that shared resource, you help the community. You help everybody to come up at one time. Put your own spin on it. Don't try to be like somebody else. Put your own spin on whatever it is you're trying to do, right? Stay true to you and who you are. As I just said, both of their personalities are in their products. If they try to be somebody else, it wouldn't be the same thing. It wouldn't be as authentic, right? And then the last thing is you got to prepare, right? You can't want to go into anything without the proper preparation, because you're going to end up becoming overwhelmed. You won't enjoy the fruit of your labor, right? Because you'll be too exhausted. So make sure that you prepare. And listen, what I really want you all to do, please take pictures of anything that you prepared from what you heard today, and post it up on your social media. Tag Shiznit Kitchen, tag Parma Collection. Please tag the 13th floor, because we want to see. We're going to do the same thing with all of us that are preparing things. I think Faison will be over at my house. I'm gonna have him chopping up stuff and help him prepare. Message. And I know everybody here is going to have something over the holidays, and we'll make sure that we show you our use of Guava Brava and also the Shiznit Kitchen seasonings. And listen, long episode, but I think it was worth it. A lot of things out there for everybody. That's our show this week. Go ahead and close us out, moderator.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for listening here with us on the 13th floor, where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views are
amazing.